That is really 666. It says 660, but it's really 666 because this used to be 666. Like we're talking like 10 years ago or so, in mid 1900s. Like, I mean the mid 1990s. Excuse me, mid 1900s. Over in the 1950s. This building was built like in the 60s, I think. But back in the 1990s, it was still 666, and 660 was the first. It's like a set of 4 offices. They're like 2 businesses right next to each other. It was 660 and right next door 662. Then 664, this one, and then this store was 66. This was 664. It said no UPS today, and this was 666. But I think they got picked on a lot because people thought of Mark of the Beast, you know, the mark of Antichrist, Satan, like the church lady says. Could it be, you know, Dana Carvey, whatever? Could it be Satan? I think that was Dana. I think that was Dana. I'm not sure. Somebody played the church lady. Could it be Satan? You know, on Saturday Night Live, you know, 666, like Crystal says, 666, mark of the beast, Antichrist. Yeah, and see, next to that, that's pretty cool. Next to that light there, look at that. It was really 666. They should have a line at the top of that. Oh, this is where the Beast's headquarters are. No, just kidding. We're on Bussy Highway. Oh, there's my bus. I gotta catch my bus. I'll see you. There it is down here. Oh man, just in time. I just wanted you to see that. But they changed it, I think, because they got people were saying things, and he probably got weird mail, weird notes from people. I think I left a note there once. I think I left the gospel tract there, the one about the mark of the beast. My Chick Publications tract, you know. Maybe I gotta change this and get too many people are saying things about this. And I got my Tori Johnson shirt. The planned bash from outer space. Planned bash from outer space. That's Monster Bash shirt. Tori Johnson. Big Swedish meatball. Big husky boy. Tori Johnson from Sweden. From Stockholm. Stockholm is in Sweden. He says that to Groucho Marx when he was on the You Bet Your Life. You Bet Your Life, Groucho Marx, you know. And Tor Johnson was a guest. And they asked him, they made some joke about Stockholm. He said, "Now you're from Stockholm, aren't you? Aren't you, Tor?" And because he had a bald head, he goes, "Are you from Japan?" He goes, "No, I'm from Sweden. I goes, "Oh, I just thought Stockholm was in Japan." He goes, "No, Stockholm is in Sweden. Stockholm is in Sweden. Big husky boy, meet Tor Johnson, meet Big Lobo, big Swedish meatball. Yeah, I was the Swedish Angel wrestler." Pro wrestling, I was the Swedish Angel. I used to have hair, but I shaved my head so I could appear in Ed Wood's movies. Yeah. As Lobo. I'm just making that up. Yeah, Tori. You know, it's Conrad Brooks, you know, I met him, and he was in all Ed Wood's movies. I met him in '93 at the Famous Monsters Convention, the 35th World Con of Famous Monsters of Filmland, down in Arlington, Virginia, at the Crystal City Sheraton Hotel. And he goes, "Hi, I'm Conrad Brooks." And I'm like, "Yeah, so?" I mean, "Yeah, I was in Plan 9. I was in the worst movie of all time, Plan 9. He's talking to me a lot, and I'm thinking, you know, that's not Frankenstein. You know, I want to see the directors, the guys who were in Frankenstein, but those guys, a lot of those guys were dead already." You know, this was 1993. You know, we're talking 60 years after Frankenstein was made, you know. That bus is taking a long time to come here. I don't know, they got some problem down there. Maybe some unruly passenger or something. Yeah, whatever. Or maybe they got to buckle somebody in that's handicapped. You know, sometimes that takes time. You know, they got to buckle them in. Anyway, but I want to say, so, and Conrad Brooks, I met him at the Famous Monster Convention, and then, you know, I bought a copy of his Beast of Yucca Flats there, and then, so he says to me in the lobby the last day, the next day, Monday, after the convention on Monday, he sees me in the lobby, he's hanging out, waiting for his brothers to come pick him up, waiting for his ride. And his daughter, Connie Granda, came to pick him up. And so he says, "Now, Rocky, you make your own pictures, right?" I say, "Yeah." He says, "Because I'd like to be in your pictures." So, you know, so I wrote a script on the way on the bus I took I think it was a Greyhound all the way back to Chicago then, and on the bus I wrote a script feverishly, you know, on a napkin. That's the only thing I had to write. I had a couple napkins, and I wrote a script with my pen for the Werewolf of Baltimore, which I later changed to Conrad Brooks versus Werewolf because I wanted people to know that I had a star in my movie. I had Conrad Brooks in there. I'm like, hey, I got Conrad Brooks in it. People don't know who he is. I say, yeah, he was in Ed Wood's movies. He was in Plan 9, Night of the Ghouls. Well, short scenic Night of the Ghouls. That's actually stock footage where he's fighting Ed Wood. That was from an earlier film called Sinister Urge. There's a good scene of Ed Wood fighting Conrad. And Ed Wood's got the short sleeve shirt, and Conrad's got like a dark jacket on. They're fighting on the ground. And you see in Night of the Ghouls, Criswell's narrating, they go, are these the crimes our civil service investigates? He says, juvenile delinquency is always a crime or something like that. He goes, but are these the crimes that our civil service must investigate or something like that? I forget exactly how it goes. The few who perpetrate, you know, Criswell's narration. I sort of forget how it goes, and he says, highway fatalities are always happen on any given holiday weekend. You know, when people are drinking or whatever, something, drinking and driving. But you know, and then you see the car go, you see there's an accident, there's a guy laying in the car acting like he's dead. That's Ed Wood. I know it. I recognize it. They show the guy sticking out the window. You can only see him from the nose up. That's Ed Wood. Looks just like him. That's got to be. Because Ed Wood appeared in cameos of his movies too. And that girl at the graveside of Plan 9 from Outer Space, when they're at the graveside of Bayless' wife, and the one girl with the dark hair, a white sweater, kind of manly-looking legs, skinny, it looks like got socks on, and walking away with a long black wig. I'm sure that's Ed Wood. That had to be Ed Wood, because he liked to dress in drag. And it looked like an Angora sweater. It was like a white, fluffy sweater. And that's the kind of Ed Wood liked to have. So I'm sure that was Eddie. Yeah. And, of course, Eddie was in Hellborn, dressed in drag. So, you know, that anyway. But Conrad Brooks, you know, then he's in my movie, Conrad Brooks versus the Werewolf. And then he was in the sequel, Werewolf and the Witch, and I got a Conrad double, Big Jim Grutheson from Chicago, who worked with me at the telemarketing office where I worked. And I said, you look just like Conrad. And so I had to make like Conrad in Devil Ant. He says, and he's talking on the phone, and I used him in, I think, Vampire Woman. Yeah, Vampire Woman. And then also in Werewolf and the Witch. Yeah, his greatest role ever. Conrad's double. Okay, I'll see. I'm waiting for my bus. It's taking forever to get here. Okay, happy giant Easter Bunny Day. Happy Night of the Lepus Giant Bunny Day. And seriously, happy Easter and happy Passover. Yeah, in honor of Jesus. Amen, brother. In honor of God. You know. Well, you know, Passover is biblical. It's in the Bible. They celebrate Passover. I'll see you.